Hey everybody, I got a special video for you today. This is going to be refurbishing a knife I made a long time ago for someone who went into the Army Rangers. So here's the box, sent me his knife, and I got a little email to read as well. Look, he kind of camoed it up, which is super cool. This is the knife I made for him right before he deployed, and it had to be 2016, I believe. So this knife is it 2016? 17, maybe 2017. But this knife is coming on almost 10 years old at this point. So he sent it to me here. This is the design we went with for him, and he's really liked it. Let me read to you the email he sent me about this knife. The knife has been used in just about every environment minus waterborne and Arctic. It was attached to my kit 24/7 on a deployment in the Middle East where it saw hard use in the deserts. It is an essential part of my gear that I have taken to a list of difficult military courses, including Ranger School, Sniper School, the Reconnaissance and Surveillance course, the Jungle Operations Training course, and the Army Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape School. On top of that, it just got it is just a regular part of my kit on a day-to-day basis. It has been one of my favorite pieces of gear throughout my career. For context's sake, it has been in regular use in a military environment for 5 years now. Man, 5 years now. I just now am beginning to be able to have improvements worth seeking out now. So he's seen some things he wants to kind of change about it. These are the differences I'm going to make, the upgrades I'm going to make to his knife. He says, as high a polish as possible to try to increase corrosion resistance. I did clean up a bit before shipping, so good point there. Sharpening, he needs it sharpened. He wants a sheath that's easy and comfortable to carry in the appendix scout position. For a right-hand draw with a slight down tip up cant that has a retention method beyond just friction that can be easily resheathed one-handed in the dark, ideally fairly weather resistant. So that'll be a fun something to do. One extra serration, reprofiling the tip to be sharpened again. If possible, replacing the rear handle pin with a pin that accepts a lanyard, okay? And then expose the hamon line if possible. So those are the improvements he would like. Quite a good testimony. I'm actually really proud to read that. Here's that little knife right there. It's done all that stuff. So kind of a neat design. Let's get to work on some of these improvements and see how it turns out.
a picture you saw on Instagram.
Oh. All right, so how'd we do? Well, I think it turned out pretty well. Let's take a look at the knife and then we'll look at the sheath, which was kind of the major part of this project. So you may or may not be able to see, but there was a slight hamon there I was able to reveal. This was back when I was quenching with a slower quenchant, so the hamon isn't quite as drastic, but you can see it right about there. Gave it a nice high polish like he asked for, so it's more durable to corrosion. The tip is nicely reground, so very pointy. It is extremely sharp now. I'm just blowing through this, and of course, is it gonna go through the rope? Of course it's gonna go through the rope. No problem at all, 1-inch rope there. What else did we do? We drilled and also kind of chamfered this back rivet, so now it can accommodate a lanyard. So did all the upgrades he wanted for the knife, and then he wanted a sideways mounting sheath that had a retention system. Now, I remember when I was talking with him personally earlier, he said, I'd love to find a Kydex sheath that was also leather. and I found a way to do a Kydex leather hybrid during making this video. So listen to that. Snap, that's snapped on in there really hard. You gotta give it a good tug to get it out. But if you're jumping out of an airplane or something, you might need a little bit more. So what we have is this retention here. Now I'll show you how that works when it's on my belt. Notice I've got the retention on and I can't get this out right now. When I loosen that, now I can get the knife right out. So that retention works really well. There are different places for adjustment here because the thickness of the belt is going to affect how well this retains. Right now with kind of this double thick webbing belt, it's pretty, there you go. Difficult to get back on, which it needs to be. With leather, it needs to be tight at first because it's only gonna loosen. The beeswax helps with that though. So we got good retention now. Pop it off one hand, take it out, use it, and we can return it to the sheath with one hand. And this, you probably cannot do one-handed yet. It will have to loosen up before this is able to be done one-handed, which is good. That's what I want because again, I want it to be really tight. Now, easy on, easy off. Under the snaps, you can take the whole thing right off. There's your package. I'm gonna put it back on, just throw it through and snap them down. This is nice, retains well. Now, the beeswax really makes this hold tight. It's grippy to the belt. You can still slide it, but it is grippy and it's stiffened and it's just not coming loose easily at all. Also gives it extra wear retention and of course it helps to waterproof it. Now let me show you how to, I'm just gonna switch this out for the other strap. We'll see how that one looks. Okay, then here's the version with no extra retention system. Again, throw it on, snap, snap, same here, snap, snap, and you're good to go. This is how I would run it. And man, do I not want to give him this knife back because this is pretty cool. This would be a really neat EDC, having that hybrid leather holster there, sheath rather, and we could put it under there and that would not be an issue. So, pretty great. Glad that worked out well. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. I'm gonna do another separate video just of this knife because this is one of my original designs. I haven't done this one for a while, but this is a Mars Fire original, just the design for this knife. It's worked so well with him. I actually want to make and sell a couple of these again because I really like the way it works. Just remembering as I'm using it, how comfortable it is, how nice that edge is and the point and just all the thought that went into this design. So I'll be doing a separate review of this knife and sheath. This is just kind of the making of, and that's the kind of quality you can get when you buy from Mars Fire. You know, this is a customer, he's had it for 5 years, he sends it back and says, hey, I want some things redone. So I say, no problem, let's get it done for you. That's buying fully custom and buying from an actual human being rather than a company. These are some of the advantages you're gonna see with that. So everyone, thanks for watching. I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and please comment. Let me know what you think about this super cool leather and Kydex sheath. I'm gonna do a holster like that. Can't wait to do that. And just remembered, if you want something like this, something done, custom made, email me at marsfireforge@gmail.com or head to marsfireforge.com, put in a custom order there. And of course, you can head to my Instagram, marsfireforge, to see any pictures I have. I've got quite a few going back quite a few years. You see something there you like? Hey, I want that picture. I want you to make one of those. I say, all right, let's do it. That's all. Thanks. Tune in next time.